We really didn't have much choice, and we really didn't have much time. She was going to die. She's funny. That's the biggest thing. She makes me laugh every day.
She's sassy.
I like to hang out with my friends. I like to sleep.
When Brandy was 10, she was busy with sports, and during the summer, she started complaining about her left leg.
And I was actually at basketball camp when I realized that there was like a bump on my leg, and I was like, hey, there's a bump on my leg.
And so we made an appointment. She had x-rays done.
Got the call that they were pretty sure it was cancer.
And that was just absolutely devastating. From the time that Brandy was diagnosed with cancer, it was just unreal.
It was hell on earth for our entire family. Brandy would have to go in and do her chemo treatments. She would be gone for weeks at a time.
And she finally decided, this is one of the first things that kind of gave us a clue how tough Brandy was. She's like, well, we might as well get rid of the hair. It's coming out anyway. And then we're like, well, do you want some kind of a wig or anything like that? She's like, no, I'm fine.
At first, she had a hard time tolerating the chemotherapy.
There was a lot of throwing up, and I didn't have high energy. And the very first chemo treatment afterwards, when I went home, I had like a bunch of sensory issues where like I had to put headphones on and I couldn't watch anybody move or else I was gonna throw up.
One of those times when she was neutropenic, we brought her in to the hospital in the emergency room, and she was so sick that she couldn't hold her head up while she was vomiting. I had to hold her head up for her so she could throw up.
But then after a while, she got to a point where it's like it didn't even affect her anymore. I mean, it was like, oh yeah, we'll just, we'll get the chemo, we'll play our video games. I mean, it's like her body got used to it.
After the 6 weeks of chemo, then she had to have the tumor removed. Brandy was deemed cancer-free, so she walked out of the hospital.
After that, she fell at school and broke her leg. Unfortunately, she broke the leg that was bad to begin with. And it was just a little hairline fracture. From that time on, it just seemed like she just wasn't feeling good. She started gaining weight, but yet she couldn't keep anything down. She was nauseated. It was like back when she was having chemo. And so that went on for a little bit, and we could tell she was getting sicker and sicker. And got a call from Brian, and he told me that it was her heart that was failing. That's why she was so sick. That's why she was gaining weight. She was putting on water weight, and she couldn't keep anything down. We basically knew she was dying.
They were recommending to us at that point she have a LVAD, a left ventricular assist device, basically a heart pump, to be installed.
They then did discover that there was some nodes in her lungs, and that is where osteosarcoma likes to go to.
There was a belief among the oncology team that perhaps she had become metastatic as well. So we were faced with a decision to maybe not do anything. We didn't want to torture her by having this major operation, only to not be able to give her any more drugs for chemo because they were done. I remember they were asking us, what do you want to do? We said, if there was any chance, it may be try to be the brave thing to do and let her go, but I can't. We have to try. So we approved the surgery. And for the next 3 years, she had a pump in her heart, a control unit, and she was on batteries 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
She just kept getting better and better.
Her lungs had cleared up and the fluid had gone down enough where they could see inside her lungs now. The nodules were gone. This was, in my opinion, a miracle. This kid had been through so much, and now the door was open. A crack of light had come through.
Then we get the call. She had been on the transplant list for 1 week. We had a discussion. Brandy wanted to do it. So on March 13th of 2020, she had a heart transplant.
She's doing awesome. I remember Dr. Terry telling me at one point, he's like, this is why we do this, because of her, because of kids like her. Having the right care team in place is absolutely crucial.
We've been so blessed. I think they've saved her life about 3 times now. Saved it from the cancer when they did the LVAD, and now they saved it again when they did the heart transplant. She is a fighter.
She's easily the strongest person I know.
We know that at any given moment, things can change in your life, and that these unthinkable things can happen. And usually they happen to somebody else, but sometimes they do happen to you. She's basically my hero. The disease that she's had, the cancer, the heart failure, it doesn't own her. She owns it.